A disclaimer, this podcast is not about religion. White Jesus and Black Jesus are nicknames. That's just what we call each other. This is a comedy and discussion podcast meant to entertain. We do apologize though beforehand because this podcast may shock and offend. We apologize very sincerely to anyone who gets offended. We're nice guys who aren't too politically correct, just trying to make you laugh and occasionally think. Enjoy the show.
Coming in strong with Casino Medicines, meet you there. Welcome to BWJP Radio, the Black and White Jesus podcast.
What up, White Jesus?
Hey, what up, Black Jesus? Hey, we got some sponsors today. Today's podcast is brought to you by Streets. Drive on a street today. You know, Black Jesus, I use Streets all the time. We here at the podcast, we don't advertise something that we don't use. And let me tell you, if I need to drive somewhere, I always use Streets. There's so many of them, man. If you got a car, like pavement is excellent. The tires on your car most likely will drive better on Streets as opposed to other things. I highly recommend Streets. Also, today's podcast is sponsored by Aunt Jemima Syrup. Now with less systemic racism. How you doing today, Black Jesus?
I'm doing fine.
Did you like the sponsors?
Yeah, we have some hell of a sponsors.
Now, last week there was an incident that I am referring to as the NAMBLA incident, where I just didn't read in between the letters, and we almost accidentally.
So what you got for us this week?
NAMBLA is pedophiles, and once I read out that whole, what do you call it, abbreviations, or no, it's not abbreviations. But after I read out what NAMBLA actually means, it became clear that we could not work with them. What did you think about last week's show, man? Did you listen to it?
Man, last week's show was excellent. I think we had like phenomenal viewers and also, you know, we got some emails. We do get back to it.
You know what? I think we created a cool environment and kind of created the flow that we have here, which is like comedy and serious discussion. I think we got it out there that we would talk about anything and say anything. You know, I want to feel like the listener is hanging out with us. You know, we threw it out there on the first show that we wanted the podcast to be very listener driven.
I'm quite sure we have a lot of listeners that, you know.
Oh, we have 5s and 10s of fans so far. 5s and 10s of fans at least.
You're kidding my soul.
I mean, you. I am your family, like I told you to, right?
I think we didn't sign a contract on that one yet.
I don't know, but we got 5s and 10s of fans already.
That's
great.
All we need.
You know, listening back to the podcast, there's one thing that stood out to me about myself and what I was saying.
What was
it? That I was coming off as an ultra right-wing conservative. Basically, like talking about liberals and liberals this and liberals that. And maybe it's because I had just watched Tucker Carlson and, you know, like...
I guess he just inspired you.
I think that I may have misrepresented myself. I'm not like a right-wing conservative.
So what are you?
You know, well, dude, like, in 1991, you could call me a liberal. So today, I can't attach to either side. So I have neither wing. I'm the body of the bird, and I can fly on my own.
Okay.
I agree with some things that come on one wing and agree with some things that come on the other wing. It just depends.
Yeah, it all depends.
But generally, I'm a liberal person in the classic sense. I did draw a picture, and you haven't seen this yet.
What the hell is this?
This is something I wrote called it's a little drawing. It's called the liberal scale. This is the scale of liberals. Okay, and it starts out with one liberalism and ends up with somewhere else. So, like, at the beginning of the liberal scale, you have, you know, pro-human rights, level-headed, rational people.
Okay.
At the next level, you're a CNN head. And at this point, you have decided to get all your news from Don Lemon.
Damn.
And also at this place, you enclose yourselves in an echo chamber of your own political beliefs. So they just bounce around on social media. Then you become a social justice warrior. I'm sure you've heard about it. SJWs. They feel bad for being white. It's cancel culture, blue hair and nose ring.
Damn.
And irrational thinkers. Okay, and then if you go a further left, you have Antifa, which is basically destroy the system.
Damn.
Whew. Wow. So that's liberals in a nutshell.
So what level that is? Before you become.
So I'm kind of like a self-loathing liberal.
Okay.
You know, I'm not on board with a lot of things that liberals are about today. You know.
So we have levels to this right down there.
Yeah, there's levels to it. So last week's show was cool. We're gonna have some viewer mail coming up here, and you know, viewer mail. That's David Letterman. That's not what this is. This is listener mail. Because we don't have viewers, we have listeners. And the viewers we do have would be on YouTube, and they are viewing one picture for 1 hour and 30 minutes.
Hey, before we go further on with the show,
yes, sir.
Can you let them know where they can find us at on social media?
YouTube, Black and White Jesus Podcast.
And where we at Instagram?
I need to talk to you about that. We need to get on the gram. We're not on the gram yet.
We need to get in the gram? Okay, we're going to get in the gram.
I should have
but on podcasts, where do they go and find us at? We
are streaming on Spotify and most podcast apps. I pulled up my own personal podcast app.
Gotcha.
That I didn't know we were on, and I searched for us, and we were on it.
Okay.
So
what they need to type in order for them to find us?
They basically need to find us. To find us, type in Black and White Jesus Podcast. Okay. And we're going to try to make finding us easier. Because right now, very, very little people know of us. So, okay. So that's it. The first show was good. We had that NAMBLA incident. I came off as right wing. I'm really not. And that was last week's show.
Hey, White Jesus, you want to get into the listening mails?
Yeah, we have some listener mail. On the first podcast, we opened up to you guys to write us an email about thoughts, suggestions on topics, whatever you like to.
Yeah, you can reach us at bwjpodcast@yahoo.com. That's bwjpodcast@yahoo.com.
That's so much better, because on the last, we had to stop because I couldn't say the email address right, and what became 5 minutes of me mispronouncing it, we realized that this isn't good radio.
Yeah. But this is raw radio.
Yeah, it's raw. Listener mail. Got this email from a guy named Joey. He says, hi, Black and White Jesus. Cool show. Are you planning on moving to a video format? You know what? I think this is good as a radio show. I think it sounds like a radio show to me. I've always been told that I have a face for radio.
Who told you that?
Just people throughout my entire life, actually. Like, since I was a boy, they're like, you got a real face for radio, boy. And I was like, that's cool. They know I have radio talent. That's crazy, you know? People have been saying it my whole life. So I think video would add nothing to the experience.
Yeah.
You would just see what we look like, which we choose to keep anonymous. We have another listener mail here from Purnell. And why are you smiling? Because it's obviously a black guy name? Anyway, This is Purnell. He says, "Hi, I have a question for White Jesus. Just how high were you during the podcast?"
Damn.
Damn. Real simple. The answer is quite and pleasantly. Quite and pleasantly. And we had one more email, listener mail sent to us. This one reads, "Hi, I just listened to your podcast and found it very problematic." Uh-oh, man. I better switch to my white girl voice.
Go ahead, do it.
It sounds like it's probably a white girl.
Hit me. No, do the high-pitched white boy voice.
Don't hit me too
Come on.
crazy.
Come on.
The most problematic thing about the show was your use of the R word. That's incredibly insensitive and offensive to people with mental disabilities. Please apologize and explain yourselves! Exclamation points. Also, you guys were constantly saying dude. Are either of you ranchers? I feel like you're appropriating ranch life, and that is not okay. This email goes on. White Jesus, free skee ball for blacks in February? What the hell? You're more than slightly offensive. White Jesus, you are a racist, xenophobic, transphobic piece of trash. You are an insensitive fuck. Good Lord.
Don't you think that's offensive?
She goes on. Black Jesus, you have a sexy, smooth voice and riveting stories. Your voice is important. You are a true godsend. You are the only bastion of hope on an otherwise problematic podcast. Sincerely, Karen White.
Damn.
She didn't like me at all. She seemed to
she
love
bashed.
you.
No, but she bashed you.
Karen, come on. This email seems like a joke. Like it seems like it's not even real listener mail. Like it's something that I wrote as a joke or something, right? It's ridiculous. But I'd like to let's address this email, dude. There's somebody criticizing us, and we have to be open to everybody. And she had some problems with the show. Her first, the most problematic thing about the show was our use of the R word, and I'll take most of the credit on that one, buddy.
Why?
Because I said it more than you.
Okay.
Now, I have mental illness, and I'm not going to go further into it. That's several podcasts from now. And part of my mental illness is basically like having no social filter. And it's kind of on an autistic spectrum. I have mental illness, and I take medication for mental illness. I admittedly said the R word too much, you know?
Do I need to watch myself?
You're cool. You're black. Apparently you can do anything you want, man. You said the R word too, but she didn't yell at you. She talked about you having a sexy, smooth voice. Your voice is important.
Ooh.
She called me she called me a piece of shit. Woo.
You feel offensive about that?
No, this is important. This should be addressed. My use of the R word, like my comedy mind grew up in the 80s. My lexicon of comedic words includes the R word.
Dude.
I do think I said it too much,
but she did have a problem with us saying dude.
Well, on that one,
she called us
dude. We did say dude a lot, dude.
Yeah, dude. We totally did, dude.
Dude, we duded up that show, dude.
Yeah.
And on that note, I like to say that we did say dude too much, and I'd like to apologize to any dude ranchers that we may have offended. So I
don't think they would take that to heart.
You know.
What was her name again?
Karen. her this last one is from a Karen White, and a Karen seems. First of all, this whole thing seems like a joke.
Yeah,
it doesn't sound like real listener email at all. It sounds like some like really good comedy writing or something. But There's people who feel this way. And yeah, we'll address it. I have mental illness, and I want to take the R word back a little bit. And occasionally it's going to pop up. And it's not defined as somebody with mental disabilities when I say it. It has nothing to do with that.
I agree.
Okay. So that was listener mail. You are here with us at the Black and White Jesus podcast. It's time for the topic of discussion. The topic of discussion is what we're going to talk about. It'll be the general theme of the show. And this week's topic of discussion is social media.
Ooh, that's a good topic.
It's a good topic.
A damn good topic.
And where I want to begin is the evolution of technology. I want to talk about, and not to date myself too much, but when I was a teenager, the phone was glued to the wall, and the internet was in one room, wired to the wall.
Yeah.
That was my access to everything.
I remember having to talk to my girlfriend. We used to have to get a cord that was about a good 8 feet long for you to drag it into the other bedroom, and it was like stuck in the kitchen wall.
The phone, right?
Yeah, the phone.
Dude, so we never had phones in our pockets, certainly.
Not at all. We had beepers.
And we did have beepers.
Beepers.
And then beepers went to cell phones.
No, it went to the two-way pagers.
Yeah.
It went to the two-way pagers.
And then there would be different pager codes that meant different things.
Absolutely.
And I remember a lot of them. 823, thinking of you. 123, I miss you. I remember my first girlfriend's beeper code. Her tag was 111.
No way.
Yeah. Mine was 991.
I remember you had
because I wanted it to sound almost like an emergency, but not quite.
Yeah.
So now everybody has a phone, and they not only have a phone that functions like that old phone we used to have glued to the wall, it does other things. It does everything. Yeah. It's a smart phone. It's not bullshit in the ads, man. These phones are freaking smart.
You want to know the funny thing about it?
And they're taking over.
You want to know the funny thing about the smartphone? The moment you think about something, boom, the appetizer they advertise it on your phone, and you're like, what the heck?
Yeah, it's like I'm browsing a website, and it's like small penis, and it's like, what the hell do these people know about me? Good Lord,
wait, Jesus, I think you're giving a little bit too much information.
No, that's a good segue into porn, which is my next bullet point here. Porn. Okay, when I was a teenager, things were different for me as far as accessing porn. And I later found out that it was a common thing because stand-up comedians, a whole bunch of them started including the very same story in their stand-up.
Like who?
Okay, my access to porn was, I was a teenager. I would go in the woods behind the house, deep into the woods.
Where the hell did you live?
I lived up in the jungles of Maryland.
Oh shit!
I lived in Hawaii. I would have to go deep into the forest behind my house, like beyond a certain point, right? And there would be a tree stump there filled with dirty porn magazines, left there apparently by porn fairies that distribute porn to the woods.
I guess God had blessed Jesus, huh?
Bro, like, this might even be a ripoff of a thing, a particular comedy bit that I heard, but like other people are familiar with. Did you ever find porn in the woods? Does it happen to black guys?
No. We don't live in the woods. We don't live in no woods.
Oh, you stay away from the woods, huh?
Yeah, we stay away from the woods. Strange things happen in the woods.
Strange things do happen in the woods. And even as a legal adult, to access porn, I would have to go to the family video store and go behind the dirty curtain of shame,
Dude.
to the dirty tapes.
Dude.
And then I would have to select them next to other perverts who are just moments away from masturbating. And so I'm like with all these masturbators, right? And I have to pick out the porn, which is awkward. And then I had to leave the dirty curtain of shame, walk out the dirty curtain of shame amongst the general video renting population. But they knew if they saw me walking out that curtain, I was a dirty, dirty man renting porno.
What the hell are you talking about?
Hollywood video, you know?
Damn.
You'd have to rent porn. Dude,
They rented
guess
porn
how kids access porn today?
What?
Just by asking for it on their magic phones.
Their smartphone.
Dude, there's a button that I can push on my phone that instantly links to several thousand live webcams of people masturbating. All types of folks are all masturbating at the same time. And we're on, dude, it's just a magical button.
What the hell is wrong with you, for the love of Christ?
It's just a magical button. And all these people are live on camera doing god-awful things. And you can chat with them, too. I use it to tell them jokes. I use it to practice jokes out on them. Seriously. I set up an account to talk on this dirty masturbator site. So, like, you can send messages to the person who's masturbating. And I would try out jokes. It was pretty fun. How did we get to this? We started talking about porn because we started talking about social media.
You sounded so excited over that goddamn conversation. What the fuck?
It's interesting. We're in the future, and I just pushed a button on a magic phone and instantly linked to somebody who was masturbating there live.
Oh, wait.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but anyway. Next subject.
So there's evolution there.
Uh-huh.
And so these phones have everything. They have all of the social media sites. They have all of the internet. They have everything. And now, you know what a meme is?
What is it?
Have you ever heard of a meme?
What is that?
Generally, people describe memes as like funny pictures with like writing on top of them, like a joke or something. The definition of the word meme is an element of a culture or system of behavior that may be considered to be passed from one individual to another by non-genetic means, especially imitation. So anything, just a random post from Facebook, is itself in definition a meme because it's an idea passed on to somebody else. Well, what do you think about Facebook, Black Jesus?
I think Facebook is only used for... I think it should be only used for, like, marketing purposes, to be honest with you. Sometimes, man, you just don't want the whole world in your business. People post the most weirdest shit on Facebook.
Well, it started off simple. It started off with posting, sharing a picture, or sending pictures of your dinner. We all love those people who post pictures of their dinner on Facebook.
But you get those people who, like,
God
in
bless their
social
sweet
media,
souls.
in social media in general, it's like these people just, if they got a headache, hey, I got a headache.
Yeah, they want everybody to know they have a headache.
Like,
and the newer ones like Instagram or Snapchat or something like that, they just live stream to their face. So you see kids walking around with their phone in front of them. You think they might be looking at something, but no, they're videotaping themselves because right at that moment, they're live streaming their lives
to TikTok.
to dirty old men masturbating to them.
Jesus Christ, this motherfucker here. Listen.
Yeah.
TikTok. That's
TikTok.
another one. That's what's the hottest thing right now.
It's so addictive. It's so addictive.
Yeah.
I had to forcefully just use it until my mind was completely mush and I had to take a break from it. I don't even want to hit the button anymore, man. It's like heroin. It's so great. There's nothing better than TikTok.
Yeah.
Trump's about to ban it.
No way.
We'll get back into that later. He's about to ban TikTok, man.
Dang.
But like social media, and I don't go on Facebook often, but occasionally. I'm not going to say when I'm using the bathroom, but during a certain point in the morning, I will push the Facebook button on my phone and just go, do my thumb thing where I just thumb up through things and everything, and I don't care about any of it. But today I saw like a random friend who shared a post that was alarming to me. So I
What was it about?
Got the post right here. Okay, it was a post that he shared from somebody else.
Okay.
Something that he saw on somebody else's website.
Somebody else's page.
Yeah, somebody else's page. I'm a little old school.
I know. We can tell.
But so it has a picture, and the picture.
Get to the story. Let's go.
The post was called Sundown City. And it says, PSA, please be aware of sundown towns in your state. If you are wondering what a sundown town is, let me enlighten you. This is when you know they're about to say something really stupid, when they say, let me enlighten you. A sundown town is a town where black people or people of color are not allowed to be in after sunsets.
I saw that.
These are towns reserved for white people only. I can't believe that you saw that, because I didn't tell you about this. This is something I had pre-planned to talk about. I can't believe you saw it too. Sirens on windmills sound off at 6 to alert people that if you're not white to leave town. You'll find signs plastered by businesses saying ANNA, which stands for Ain't No Allowed, or NAPA, No African People Allowed. And the post says, I was in disbelief. Stay woke. I don't say woke because I never sleep on how my people are treated. And then above this post is a picture that says only whites within city limits after sundown.
Sundown, yeah. I saw that.
Okay.
I saw that post on Instagram, matter of fact.
What do you think about that? Just seeing it.
Listen, believe it or not, I'm trying to tell myself, nah, it's not real. I don't think it's real. I think it's a hoax. Because I don't think we've gotten to that point. You think it's real, White Jesus?
You would be right. I did some investigating.
It's a hoax, huh? They just trying to stir up
the picture that says only whites allowed in town after sundown was taken from like a Netflix TV show.
Okay.
And you could just look it up.
But I still think it's fucked up.
Matter of fact, it was immediately debunked as fake.
Yeah.
Okay, but I clicked on this post, man. And when you get to a comment section of a Facebook post,
that's the best part.
That's like the ultimate pool of stupid people, and it's insane. I've got comments that people posted about this. Okay, somebody commented, "Y'all need to do some fact checking. I live in Winston County, Alabama. Although many years ago this could have been true, it isn't now. Quit dwelling in the past. Realize you're not enslaved or need to fear it. As a matter of fact, you never have. It's crap like this that keeps stirring the pot of racial hatred and divide." All right, and somebody else posted, "How the hell is this still allowed? This shit right here makes me so damn angry. Red mad face emoji. White people, you don't own shit. Like, what the hell do we need to do as black people to stop this shit? I'm so sick and tired of this superior race thinking they have the right to do what the fuck they want when it comes to us." Another comment said, "So if this is still true, BLM is wasting their time taking down statues and looting Walmart when there are actual racist towns out there that they could burn down. Where are these towns? Please tell us." And you know what, man? There's a link that shows a list of towns, an exaggerated list of towns. Most of the other comments are like, I live in this town. This isn't right. This doesn't seem real. But dude, this is a meme and it's an idea. It's a cultural thing. Look how different people reacted to it.
Yeah.
Some people reacted to it right away as if it was truth.
Dude, to me, like certain posts that is being posted, I just love reading the comments. I don't care about the posts. The comments used to be like the most amazing thing and entertainment thing to me.
It's a vile, vile place.
Yeah.
Rife with sin. All kinds of sin. Fucking animals somewhere in there in the comments section. Just the worst stuff in the comment section. Social media has evolved from sharing stories occasionally on Facebook to teenagers filming themselves constantly as a story and live streaming. And then you look at videos of where something's happening, everybody has a phone and they're filming it.
Yeah.
And if you get into an argument with somebody on the street, you draw for the phone like it's a holster in the Old West and you're reaching for your revolver. You pull out that phone and stick it in his face knowing, I've got this argument on tape, motherfucker, and I got Twitter.
Yeah.
That's like a Black Mirror episode from like 4 years ago. And it's true today. This is an interesting year. Very interesting year. Let's talk about Donald Trump, the social media president, the first social media president ever.
Yeah, he need to get off Twitter. He got
dude,
Twitter fingers.
Donald Trump, he bitches online like a teenage girl.
Damn.
And it's so, I hate it. It's so reality TV. Like, he could just talk to everybody and interrupt their freaking day. All of a sudden, Trump tweets something. And dude, as I was thinking about this, about Trump being the first social media president, I instantly went to Twitter and looked up his latest tweet. And you know what it was?
What was it?
In all capital letters, "The fake news is the enemy of the people!" Exclamation point. Okay? Like, you got the president typing in all caps, which is looked upon as an urgent matter. If somebody's typing all caps, they're screaming, right?
Yeah.
Now, he ends a lot of his tweets with the exclamation point. But when the media reports on these tweets, they never read the tweet as if it has an exclamation point on the end. Like, he wasn't saying fake news is the enemy of the people. He was saying, the fake news is the enemy of the people! We got a president screaming at us on Twitter like a little teenage girl, man. I try to give this fool a chance. As many chances as I can.
You can't give him no chance.
But he's a Twitter whore.
You can't give him no chance.
Trump is a Twitter whore. And it's just... Actually, it's hilarious. Most of it's pretty funny. Just where the world has gotten to. And listen, America elected this guy right after he said grabbing pussy a month earlier. So America deserves Trump right now. That's just where we are. That's where we are in society.
Yeah. Say it again. America chose him, huh?
Huh?
America.
Oh, well, did it seems like people more?
No one else did, but America.
That's true, man. We're sleeping where we made our bed.
Absolutely.
And we're obsessed with sensationalism, and we're bombarded by social media. There's social media addiction, unfortunately. I know people who have social media addiction and sit there almost sickly looking for hours just scrolling.
Have to get to their phone in order for them to look through social media. I don't know why. Yeah, it is an addiction.
And addiction's not good. You might as well just be shooting up dope. You don't want to shoot up dope. Not
at all. That's not what we promote.
So, On another hand, we're going to need to use social media to get our show out there.
So we can't bash social media.
Yeah, we're going to have to utilize some kind of social media strategy to get the word out to the people about the evils of social media. We should pop up when somebody's. We should be a pop-up ad at some point. We'll pay them money.
There's real news and there's fake news. Here's the real news with White Jesus.
Welcome to the Real News with White Jesus. Our top story is right before our second story. NASA will launch a balloon the size of a football stadium to the stratosphere. The balloon, filled with water, will slowly position itself above China just in time for the greatest April Fool's joke of all time. I bet you Trump thought of that one, man. Trump's really mad at China right now. China virus.
What was the news again?
NASA is going to launch a balloon the size of a football stadium. Big balloon. NASA, their government, man. And the balloon is going to be filled with water. Damn. So it's going to slowly position itself above the airspace of China just in time for April Fool's Day, which I guess we would dump a whole bunch of water on China. It's a strong move by the president and his administration.
That's a good one.
A video shows white couple wearing swastika masks inside Minnesota Walmart.
Damn.
The couple was spotted in the Sieg aisle.
What?
All right, I'm going to have to explain this. Sieg aisle. The couple was spotted in the Sieg aisle. Mm-hmm. Okay, Walmart has different aisles. They got aisle 9, they got aisle 10, they got the aisle with fishing supplies. Uh-huh. Now, deep inside these aisles, there's a Sieg aisle.
What the hell is a Sieg aisle?
And the thing is that Nazis used to go like this and say Sieg Heil. Oh. Sieg Heil. That's a Nazi thing. I thought you would know that, at least from cartoons.
No.
Nazis say Sieg Heil.
What the hell is a Sieg Heil?
I don't know. It's a Hitler thing. That's what the Hitler's followers would do to him. They'd do that Nazi thing, that handout.
Next news.
But the couple was in the Sieg aisle of the shopping center, which is right next to fishing supplies and cereal. You'll find the Sieg aisle, and you might expect to see some swastika masks. A drug plane bound for Australia was so packed with cocaine that it was too heavy to take off, police say. The situation was resolved when police ordered the owners of the plane to remove half of the cocaine on board.
What?
Well, they removed half of the cocaine.
And took off.
The police did that? Yeah, the police ordered them. They still took off with half of that cocaine because they were at takeoff weight at that point. And I guess Australia is pretty hip. It just lets cocaine in.
That's it.
Or these are some cops who made a good deal with a coke smuggler. A Georgia senator say something, Black Jesus.
Looking at your face. What is wrong with your face?
A Georgia senator pulls ad that made Jewish opponents' nose bigger. Yeah. It's a bad move. The senator apologized, saying, looking back, his nose was already big enough. Ooh, that sounds like anti-Semitism, man.
Yeah, it is.
That sounds like associating Jewish people with big noses.
Damn.
Which is a stereotype. But
Jewish
I have
people
a
have
childhood
big
friend
noses,
named Evan Page, who was very, very Jewish, and I'm just going to leave it at that. The nose thing, it's a stereotype, but it can also be true.
Dude,
Hey, shout out to Evan Page, my best friend in high school.
Listen, you're about to get us shut down before we even open.
I can't believe we haven't been canceled yet. But you know what would help?
Dude, you about to
if
get
people
us
knew
shut
about
down
us. Apparently,
before we open.
Yeah, apparently, nobody knows about the show. We are so underground.
Listen.
We are unknown.
Listen, to the Jewish community, I apologize in the behalf of white Jesus.
Of course, this isn't me. This is that racist senator from that anti-Semite Georgia senator, man. It's not me. This is just the news, buddy.
Okay.
And I got another story.
All right.
Defendant 22 says he did not know it was illegal to masturbate in his own car.
What?
Yeah. Now facing additional charges, he was then caught masturbating in the back seat of the cop's car, defending himself. Really? This is illegal too? This guy cannot stop masturbating.
Where are you getting these news from?
This is a real headline.
Where are you getting these?
Defendant 22 says he did not know it was illegal to masturbate in his own car. And then he gets arrested, dude, because he was whacking off in his own car. Probably in a park, maybe. Okay? But he got arrested, and then he started masturbating in the cop's backseat.
Wow.
And then the cop said, hey, what the hell? Additional charges, buddy. And he's like, what, this is illegal too? What, do I not live in America? Is this not Alabama, sir?
Oh, shit.
My God. Our next story, scientists genetically alter squids for the first time. This story brought to you by Nightmares.
The hell?
That sounds like the beginning of a really scary story, man. A really scary nightmare. Scientists genetically alter squids for the first time. Why?
Hey.
On the list of things to do, there's got to be some things above on the scientists' to-do list than genetically alter squids, man. Like, I don't know, cancer, cure. Been waiting for that since cancer started.
They'll never find a cure for cancer.
I've been to walks for cancer. The walking has done nothing.
Yeah.
I got a nice t-shirt from it. Fuck cancer. Trader Joe's says no to changing ethnic-sounding label names.
Like what?
Thank God. I love Trader Joe's cracker-ass crackers. They got racial-sounding products.
Yeah.
Did you hear about this in the news?
Yeah, I heard that on
Like Trader Joe's, like their tacos are Trader Jose's.
Damn.
And that's just clever advertising.
This is real news with white Jesus.
But you know, people find that offensive, but they're still gonna sell the taco. I don't know, but like immediately they bowed down and apologized and said they would change it, and then thought about it for a second and said,
no.
We're not changing them.
Yeah.
Thank goodness, because after the show, I'm going to go to Trader Joe's and pick up some cracker-ass crackers. Oh, these Starbucks bottles, man, they're hard to open once you close them. I would recommend never closing them to reopen them.
That's why you got to drink it straight up.
You got to drink it straight up. A man, Black Jesus. Mm-hmm. This is a story about a man who had replacement penis grown on his arm, has been stuck with it there for 4 years. The man, a Mr. Dick Johnson, is furious at doctors unable to remove the penis on his arm because people are starting to make jokes about him.
What's his name?
Mr. Dick Johnson.
I wonder who named him that.
I don't know, but people are just starting to make jokes about him because now he's got a penis growing on his arm. He lost his penis to an infection. And the scientist said, no problem. We're going to give you another one. We'll grow it on your arm genetically, okay, and we're going to add 2 inches.
Damn.
So he's like, cool. And then once the penis grew on the fellow's arm, the doctors are like, we really didn't know what to do from this point forward. We really thought we were going to have it solved, but do you mind hanging for a bit? And this guy has had a penis on his arm for 4 years. It's ridiculous. You know, he doesn't get complaints for the size. His main source of complaints is due to the fact that it's on his arm. It's weird. USDA issues health alert for frozen taquitos and chimichangas. The health alert informs consumers that aside from the normal stomach aches and vomiting, these foods can now cause anal bleeding.
What the hell is a chimichanga?
It's something Mexican, I think. It sounds a little Mexican, the chimichanga. You know, you go to the the store, and they got those big frozen meals, and they're just like little wraps. You can get them at 7-Eleven too. They're taquitos. I think chimichangas are just the same thing as taquitos, basically, or maybe, I don't know.
Are you pronouncing it wrong, or what is it?
No, everything's right about the story.
Okay.
But now, anal bleeding.
Damn.
Long story short, don't eat those things.
Yeah.
I know they're $100 for $1, but have standards. Coke with coffee will hit the stores next year. Man, this headline is too easy. Critics are calling it everything from shit to fucking shit. Coca-Cola coffee when crystal meth just isn't enough. Coca-Cola promises customers you will get heart palpitations. Coca-Cola is releasing a new product under their new line of suicide products. Coca-Cola promises to usher in a new generation of fucking retards. And that was this week's Too Easy. I've been preparing for that.
I see that.
That headline was too easy.
Yeah, you.
I wrote all the jokes for it, and they were all good, so just had to do it in one clean sweep. That's called Too Easy. And occasionally there may be a headline that is just too easy to make fun of, that I'll just have more than one great joke for it.
There you go. This is the real news with White Jesus.
From CNN, one of the biggest barriers to racial progress is good white people. CNN reports the other barrier to racial progress is bad white people. Wait a second. Good white people? I read this article. Good white people, they're talking about people who are good.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, good white people are a huge barrier to racial progress. So are bad white people. We can't win. Dude, one of the biggest barriers to racial progress are headlines like this on CNN. We're going to start attacking good white people?
Hey.
Oh my God. CNN is crazy. Texas doctor who went viral with unproven COVID-19 cure believes in demon sperm. Coincidentally, demon sperm was a working title for Coke's new Coca-Cola coffee. Yep. I called back to the joke I made previously about Coca-Cola coffee. It was under discussion that they call it demon sperm, which I would buy.
The fuck?
I would buy it and not open it. Demon sperm. An employee at a restaurant is arrested after cop finds large piece of mucus in his coffee. The employee maintains that he did not spit in the cop's coffee as he zipped up his pants. Damn. That's a white Jesus. Damn.
That's a double down.
Dude, it appears that the mucus came from his pants somewhere. I would assume. I'm not a detective. Did you know that? Did you know that I wasn't a detective?
Why should we know that?
I was just wondering, how well you knew me. And I just wondered if you knew me good enough to know that I wasn't a detective.
Why you keep stretching it?
You didn't think I was a detective, did you?
Never.
All right. Continuing on with the real news from White Jesus. Human sperm swims like playful, happy otters, new studies show. The researcher was told to get the hell out of my pool, you sick pervert. One day I wake up, man. I go to have my morning bagel. I look out at my pool and there's this sick fuck, like with a notepad and an old styly reporter's hat, and said he was doing research on a study. And he was just swimming around, making otter sounds and masturbating. And then he publishes a story that human sperm swims like playful, happy otters. This guy should have studied in his own pool.
Yeah, that's a sick fuck.
Trump says TikTok will be banned very soon. Millennials everywhere have responded by saying, OMG, that's literally so awkward. LOL. Those are millennials. That's what they sound like. They're like, oh my God, that's literally awkward. Totally. Today's teenagers are like the girls from Clueless. Have you ever noticed that? Have you ever seen Clueless?
Yeah.
Alicia Silverstone.
Yeah.
Pretty lady. In other news, an Oakland County girl jailed for not doing her homework has been released. In related news, her dog is now facing multiple charges. It sounds like she dropped the dime on her dog for eating her homework. What is a girl getting arrested for doing her homework for anyway? What are my sources exactly? Mainstream media. This is the real news.
It's real news of white
It's not
Jesus.
fake news. They say it's real. And finally, will Halloween be canceled? What costumes will be appropriate amid racial reckoning? The list of problematic Halloween costumes include sexy Nazi, ghosts with pointy head, blackface scarecrow, probably gay clown, and Chewbacca. What, are you trying not to laugh? Just laugh. Let it out, man. It's fun. Chewbacca. Chewbacca. Which is unfortunate because, like, I was Chewbacca last year and I was really hoping to go as
This is
Chewbacca.
real news with white Jesus. We're about to get canceled.
It's been a good episode. BJ, Black Jesus, and this is the wrap-up. Black Jesus, this is where we wrap the show up into a fine Cuban cigar. You seem to be tiring out toward the end. Are you getting a little tired?
Not at all.
Not at all?
Not at all.
Oh, those Halloween costumes, man. If our listeners have any good ideas for offensive costumes, mail it to BWJpodcast@yahoo.com. BWJPODCAST@yahoo.com. Did you, let's close it up like you did last time, man. Did you learn anything new? Did you learn anything during the show?
Yeah, that we live in a fucking racist society.
Damn. It's probably because of that Facebook post, right?
Yeah, especially with that goddamn real news.
Real news. Yes, sir.
This is what we got to deal with.
It's real news.
Real news. And that Facebook post that you was
Social
talking about.
media.
Yeah. Yeah.
Social media is crazy, and I encourage everybody to try not to look at it as much as you
get
do.
off of it.
Even if you only look at it
media.
once in a while. I barely look at it, but I feel like I look at it too much. It's toxic. Even while we were doing the podcast, you were showing me social media posts while I was doing a dialogue. You were showing me social media posts about a nuclear bomb exploding. I understand that seems serious. Actually, that was pretty serious.
No, that's pretty serious.
That's breaking news,
Yeah.
which we're not going to talk about because we're done with the show.
Yeah.
And we're not Joe Rogan.
And thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah.
Not even acknowledging it.
Well, I don't know. I felt like George Bush after he was told about 9/11. You know, I just sat there and read a book to kids.
Upside down?
That's how I acted right after you showed me while I was doing the podcast. Like, you showed me video of a nuclear explosion, and I just went into George Bush mode. Like, go on with the show. Go to the White House later. You can deal with this. I'm like, dude, you can show me alien. I went into Bush mode. It was fun. I had fun again this week, man.
I appreciate all the listeners.
Yeah, any listeners that we have.
Don't forget to send the emails at bwjpodcast@yahoo.com. That's bwjpodcast@yahoo.com. And
we out. And as always, I ruined the. Actually, don't cut it. I'm gonna ruin the ending again. You always wrap it up into a fine Cuban cigar, and I always interrupt the ending like some asshole.
We out. Bye.
I just wanted to say hi to my mom.